Hey guys, this is Dr. Insaniac, and I'm head of Dr. Insaniac Super Besterest movie reviews because that's who I am, and that's because that's what we're doing right now. And this is Did you guys? There's this movie about Gen X cops, and it's called Gen X Cops. Did you guys see this movie? So there was this guy, and he cheated on his brother, who was a crime guy, and he shoots him so that he can be friends with this Japanese guy who's also a bad guy who's got this really cool coat. And then there's this fat inspector guy who wants to inspect what happened, and then all the tall, skinny cop guy who's like a jerk, and he makes fun of the fat guy, and the fat guy says he needs Gen X cops to catch the Japanese guy. And so he goes and he finds some Gen X cops, but then the Gen X cops there because they're too cool to help him. And then he jumps out of a plane, and then the Gen X cops are like, okay, well, I guess he's cool now. And then they go and help him and to sneak into this club where the bad cheater guy is. And then Match, he's one of the Gen X cops. He starts dancing with this girl from Canada, but she speaks Australian. And then this fight breaks out, and a whole bunch of people all come out, and they break a bunch of stuff. And then the cheater guy is all mad because Match was dancing with his girlfriend, and the Australian Canadian girl says that she used to be Match's girlfriend, but she was like really mad at him. But Match was like, I don't know who you are. And so the cheater guy has the Gen X cops go deliver this money to this other gangster guy and he's not gay, but it's a trap for the cheater guy to get the gangster guy who's not gay. But everybody starts shooting, and then the police show up, and it's all crazy, and then they jump on some stuff, and the Gen X cop guys, they escape with the cheater guy on the boat, and then the Australian Canadian girl, she comes to pick them up, and then the Gen X cops get in a fight, and then Jack gets to drive a Ferrari and then match an alien. The other two Gen X cops, they follow him to the Japanese guy. And then the Japanese guy, he doesn't like the cheater guy anymore, and he throws Jack and the mobster guy into a pool when it's on fire, but then Jack jumps out of the pool. And then they go to the top of this big building, and then they jump off with parachutes because they're Gen X cops, but the Japanese guy shoots the fat inspector guy, and the fat inspector guy just goes and fall and down. And then the Gen X cops find the Japanese guy, and he's like, I want to blow up the building. But then the Gen X cops are like, no way, we'll stop you. And then they do a bunch of jumping and punching and things. And then the radio thing that the Japanese guy has, it breaks, and then the building starts to blow up, and then all the Gen X cops jump out of a window, and then they jump into this boat, and Jackie Chan is in the boat, and he says that the Gen X cops suck, and that he's way better than they are. And then the Gen X cops are at the beach, but it turns out that they're under arrest, and the police come and say, hey, they need their help instead of being arrested. And then they throw the Canadian Australian girl and Y2K into the ocean because they're Gen X cops. Did you guys see this movie? Because I saw this movie and I thought it was okay. I mean, I was kind of hoping there would be like a little bit more action in it, but the best part of the movie was that the Gen X cops, because they all had the superpower friendship power, and that they could come up with plans super fast and then make everything work out together because they were friends. And that part, I really like that part. Anyway, you guys should maybe watch it sometimes if you want.
Click the subscribe button because you know you want to. And remember to squish that like button. Squish it!
Can't still make it.
No, there is no time. Only time enough to die.